I call once more on Professor Morgan to introduce Sir Jacob Debets, who has kindly agreed to deliver the valedictory speech.
Chancellor, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Jason Debets. Known to his colleagues for reasons I'm not aware as Charlie, he's probably best known to his fellow students as the editor of De Minimis, a law student publication which causes occasional pain to the faculty when the views are perhaps a little more forthright than we might want. He is also known, at least to some of his colleagues, in his role as a mentor to first-year students, in particular, helping them ease into the law school. He is, however, best known to me as a researcher for our curriculum review, where he produced meticulous, thoughtful discussion papers on the first-year curriculum and the effects of digital disruption in the legal profession. His talents thus range across the panoply of things a law student can get up to while maintaining an excellent academic record. Please join me in welcoming Jason Debets to present the valedictory speech.
Presiding Chancellor, members of the university, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honour to have been asked to give the valedictorian address today and to say a few words of reflection on the past 3.5 years before we go out into the world as law graduates. I also can't help but think how appropriate it is that the last thing I will do for this degree has so many parallels with my first exam. There too, I was heavily reliant on my notes, convinced I was going to stuff it up, and utterly in awe of my peers. Like many of you sitting before me, the transition to Pelham Street was not something that I found easy. As is often the case amongst postgraduate students and law students more generally, I suffered serious and sometimes debilitating anxiety in my first year, and as I approached my first round of exams, I was fully intending on dropping out. That impulse was not pacified after I forgot my copy of the Constitution in our public law exam, an oversight I still have nightmares about. But I managed to survive that first semester and the one after that, and here we are today. I must admit, however, the thing that kept me around was not just an intellectual affinity with the law. Rather, what made my experience at Melbourne Law School impossible to walk away from was the group of students I shared the journey with. They served as a constant source of support and inspiration and made the experience the most rewarding one of my life. Because we were more than a cohort of students studying law as a chapter in our individual stories. We were a community. Together, we joined or formed extracurricular organisations aimed at making the law school and the legal profession a better place for our peers and successors. We competed in moots, witness examination competitions, negotiations, and mixed netball. We put on innumerable events, from hosting respected members of the judicial and political classes to refugee activism meetings, to corporate networking nights and law reform panels. We engaged in debate, whether in the classroom or in the pages of De Minimis, our officially unofficial law student newspaper. We showed that we cared, that we weren't just there to study cases and take exams, but to contribute to and shape our learning environment. It's that passion and commitment that assures me that the legal profession and the many other industries that we will pursue careers in will be well served by today's graduates. So to everyone who has been involved in our journey, we owe you a great debt of gratitude, because these last 3.5 years were hard, and if there's one thing I know about law students, we made sure you all knew just how hard. To the LASC and wellbeing staff, librarians, administrators, security guards and cleaners, you made the law school a welcoming place. Whether it was proofreading our papers, showing us how to use Westlaw, or simply offering a smile and a chat in the lift. You provided your services with patience and professionalism, and it made all the difference. Thank you. To the faculty, you introduced us to the law. from privity to jurisdictional error to whatever Hart and Fuller were arguing about. You facilitated our pursuit of knowledge and challenged us to be so much more than we thought we could be on day one. You acted as ambassadors for the law school and legal scholarship, and for that we are grateful. And to our partners, families, and friends, you bore the brunt of our anxiety, sleep deprivation, and complete lack of perspective. You offered us unwavering support when we wanted to give up, or worse, wanted you to read through our legal theory paper. I know that I would not be standing here without the love and support of my partner Chloe. So to all of those who supported, who performed a similar role, we say thank you for sticking it out with us. And to my fellow graduates, we did it. Congratulations.
On your behalf, ladies and gentlemen, I thank Jacob Debets for his valedictory speech. Thank you. This concludes the proceedings of the degree conferring ceremony.